In June 1938, Action Comic #1 released their first DC comic, Superman, the very first comic character to have powers far beyond a normal human being. Later in 1939, Marvel Comics #1 released their first comic, The Human Torch. Here began the rivals between these two comic publishers. Which side are you on?
Marvel all the way, man.
I like Marvel comics.
Marvel.
I love Marvel.
Yeah, love you, Marvel.
I've been reading Marvel comics since I was about 6, so ever since it's just been kind of what my go-to thing is, yeah.
DC.
I would say Marvel, yeah, I'm pretty torn towards Marvel.
Oh, I tell you what, I'm more of a Marvel fan.
I would say Marvel.
DC, definitely.
Marvel fan, I'd say.
This is a hard question.
Say Captain America fan. Most of my costumes are Captain America.
I mean, I would say Spider-Man is one of my favourite, but Iron Man's up there as well. Black Cat is also one of my favourite characters.
I'd say Deadpool.
I'm going to go with Deathstroke just because I've actually started reading his comics now and he's an awesome character.
The Sandman.
Ever since Spider-Man, the 2002 film came out, it's kind of been all my things. Getting this suit was like a dream come true. So.
Flash.
Actually, I like X-Men. Yeah, especially Wolverine, Cyclops. Yeah.
Yeah, Bruce Dame, like Harley Quinn, so.
I would say like maybe Iron Man.
Deadpool, of course.
But comics are more than just a simple piece of paper with some drawings in them.
That's a big question.
I think it's escapism for me. I like, we all live like mundane, boring lives, same streets, same cars, same city, same people, but the opportunity to be able to read literature and see the images and kind of, it allows you to express your imagination in a different way. And also, it's not as committing, it's not as time committing as reading a novel, say. It's a little bit more pick up, put down, a little kind of slice of enjoyment out of the daily grind, I suppose. Yeah.
I will say it's a reflection. Comics tell not just funny stories, but also true, very real life stories. So sometimes we can learn from comics, and I will say it's a very big part of my life. Yeah.
Comics are just an interesting kind of like escape.
Comic culture has grown so much over time. There are massive events like Comic-Con. These events bring together various pop culture categories such as film, gaming, anime, and especially comics.
I love these type of events. They're really good for getting tons of cosplayers together and photographers. It's a good reason for everyone to put on their costumes. So I enjoy it.
I love it. It's something you don't see much. Like we have it twice a year, so we come twice a year, and it's great just to kind of experience it because you don't get to see this as much.
Yeah, no, I absolutely love it. It's just great to see like everyone coming together with like the same mindset, and everyone coming together as like a whole community, even though there's like thousands of people. We're all here for like the exact same reason, which is why I love coming here every year.
It's like coming home twice every year. It's really, really fun.
I think it's really fun. There's lots of people, which is cool. Yes. And there's lots of like really pretty things which I appreciate.
It's always a good laugh. Everyone has a good time. The community is really fun and like zany. You could come dressed as anything and someone would recognise it. It's a really good laugh. I love it. I'm here for the costumes, the cosplays. So far it's been amazing. Really, really fun.
When I first came, I was very intimidated by the whole thing, but once you get here, it's just a great time. You have a lot of fun. So just go for it if you're wondering about it. Just have a go.
Yeah, just don't hesitate, because like when you come here, there's so many people that you can meet. Like today, we've met so many people who have just got the same interests. Like cosplaying, it can just open up a whole new world, and even coming to these types of conventions, it's just incredible. Like the types of people that you can meet, and you just make so many friends here, which is, it's just really good.
Of course, it's increasing. Yeah. Not only children, but also adults we both love comics, and you will never, finish. Yeah, more and more like creativities. So it's not gonna be end. Yeah.
I mean, the medium's changing. Obviously, like people used to flick through comics, and that's more moving to like TVs and TV shows and movies, which is sort of a step in the right direction because it gives people a lot more ideas on how they can like represent their own character at events like this. But at the same time, it sort of lacks that sit down and read a book type feel that it used to. But I feel like it's a step in the right direction anyway.
I think it's some of the older stuff is increasing.
No, I think it's increasing. To be honest, I didn't know much about the Marvel universe or the comic books before I saw the Marvel movies, which introduced me to this universe basically, and I've been hooked since.
I think it's definitely increasing, especially with films, all the Marvel stuff, which is perhaps reaching saturation at the minute, but I think it's definitely gaining popularity in other media, but then that's making other people come back and find the source material like the original comic books.
In my viewpoint, that looks similar from the past, and now I think it's not increased, not decreased.
I'd say increasing. I think with the rise of like social media and the internet, more and more people are able to create their own webcomics and upload their own illustrations and their own collaborations and things. So I'd say it's definitely indie comics are on the rise, I would have thought. I think the movies have done a big thing for DC and Marvel and the bigger branded comics and graphic novels. But yeah, I mean, in my small knowledge, I would say that they're increasing, definitely. And it seems to be nowadays, it's cooler to be a bit geeky. Like that's no longer in the public, is it like, considered fringe to be into that kind of thing. It's now like really pop culture. So yeah, I'd say they're increasing big time.
Because I like the Flash TV show, and then I wanted to see what happened before Flash TV show. So then we just went to a comic store and we got some Flash comics to see if they link up or anything.
Myself, the internet, just doing lots of research, being pretty geeky in general, and just kind of finding stuff online, I guess.
Video games got me into comics, man. I started playing like Marvel vs. Capcom, that kind of thing, and then just started picking up comics from there and reading through, really. So, yeah.
I just kind of found different things that I liked over time, saw stuff at friends' houses, stuff like that.
So I would say there's a really cool artist called Roman Dirge, and when I was probably in my late teens, I used to read his comic called Lenore, and it was really dark, gothic, very similar to Tim Burton. And I reckon probably he did. Well, actually, you could probably go further back than that and say Tim Burton in a weird way, because I like the sort of gothic approach. It was really dark but kind of humorous at the same time. So yeah, I'd say Tim Burton / Roman Dirge.